This job aid, How to Create the Default Year in Advanced Settings, covers how to ensure that each year the iChannel system administrator accesses the domain site in the system settings and sets the default year in advanced settings. iChannel recommendation is that at the start of each year, to ensure that files are added to the client file area or when uploading files, that the default year when uploading is always set to the current year. Now let's take a moment to walk you through how to ensure you have the default year or the current year set in your advanced settings. As you can see, I've already selected the Systems tab from the main banner. Now, under the quick links, and in this scenario, you'll see that my domain site or my root site is called demo. Now, your organizational name would appear here instead. I'm using my demo site for this iLearning video, so I will go ahead and click under the quick links the name of my domain site, in this case, demo. Now, the default year and the ability to set up the default year is located under Advanced Settings. So let's click Advanced Settings. Now, if the default year is listed on the detail page, it will appear in the list of items here. Now, during implementation, your implementation did configure your default year to be the current year when you were implemented. And it is recommended that each year that field gets updated so that when adding documents, you're always adding your documents in the current year. Now, it's just not listed on the page here, right? In the detail page, I don't see it. Now, you can easily set up your default year and add it to the detail page by selecting on Settings Help. As you can see here, the default year is listed right here, and it says this is the optional year to be selected for when adding documents. Now, to add the parameter or the setting to your detail page, we'll just copy the setting. I'm going to do a Control-C. I'm going to move down here to the new settings value and place that. Now, under the new setting value, I'm going to put in that this is a year field for iChannel. So these are the two fields that are required: setting the label, which you select from the list, and then setting the year and click Save. As you can see, my new default year is listed there. And then at the end of the year, let's say December 31st of 2021 or January 1st of 2022, I would come in and I would just ensure that I have the next current year set in the CA default year so that when a user or a firm representative adds a document to a client file area, that file will be added into the current year. I'm just going to go ahead and select Save. Now, let's look at this in action, right? So we have defined in our System Advanced Settings for my domain site, in this case demo, we have said that when a document gets uploaded into a client-specific area, that on the Add Files page, the default year will be, in this case, 2022. Let's see it in action. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to move over to one of my sites and go to their file area. I'm going to upload a document. As you can see, my Add Files page is beginning to load. And just to see in action what we have done, you will see that the current year is set to 2022. This is the area that controls that default year. So remember, one of our recommendations with managing as an administrator of the iChannel application is to ensure that you always have the default year set for the current year when files are uploaded into iChannel. Hope you've enjoyed this short little video on how to set the default year in advanced settings.